Jarvis, you there?
At your service, sir.
Jarvis, sometimes you gotta run before you can walk. Ready? In
Naman
3, 2, 1.
Flying! Mabuhay! Great day, guys. Welcome to TSA Toy Stash in action with another unboxing review. And today we're gonna check out the Marvel Ironman Mark II from Zadie Toys. Now I'm totally happy about this figure and excited, so let's get to it and open this figure up. Okay. So let me just get this thing open. Alright, so this is one of the figures I'm very excited to open up. And alright. Alright, so here he is, guys, outside the packaging, the Mark II armor himself, and I'm totally happy about this figure. But before checking it out further, let's go ahead and check out first his packaging. Alright guys, now let's take a look on the packaging itself. As we can see, it's very much the same on the outlook. The only differences about this packaging, guys, is the initial front print, which is here you have the Mark III armor and here for the Mark II armor. And again, there is another change right here on the arc reactor. If you kind of notice, this one has that blue aura and this one has that. And going here at at the side, you will see the Ironman logo. And here at the other side, you will see the armor itself, for the number. As you notice, guys, throughout here at the back, there is like a short bio. I'm assuming this is the bio for it, and yeah, that's basically the same. And here you will have the Disney logo. So yan lang yung pagkakaparehas ng box niya. And again, this has that magnetic a feature wherein you get this thick cardboard right here with the the certification for Zadie Toys, and then the figure casing right there. So again, this is like a magnetic cardboard right here, and then there's a very thick with the Ironman Mark II with the certification again. But the difference is here, guys, this one has that rainbow color feel. Alright guys, so going back to the figure itself, and I'm totally happy, especially with the paint apps and the sculpt. You may think that the paint apps is a little bit different, or it's like just a regular silver paint, but it does have that metallic silver matte feel. It's not that chrome style, and it does complement the figure itself. For the sculpt, guys, it's very much the same as the Mark III armor, but it does feel like it is thicker with some other parts. That's why this figure feels a little bit much more heavier, in better comparison with the detail. Guys, let's go ahead and put in the Mark III armor. Now I have him next with the Mark II armor. It's a very awesome piece here, if I say so myself. Just to share that having Mark II and Mark III side by side is a very good hint for us to have the entire whole of armor. So I'm excited about that. But for now, let's have this two on comparison. As for the head sculpt, there's slight changes. The changes here is that there is riveted parts within the armor. As you can see here on the forehead, it does have that sculpted rivets for both sides, wherein the Mark III has that painted version. And going here from the side to side comparison within the head sculpt, we will see that there is still sculpted versions of the rivets flowing to the entire helmet. Going to the neck, guys, I'm just gonna put these heads right up, facing up, okay, so that you can see, and it is the detail is much more seen within the neck piece. Dropping down for the entire torso, guys, it's a very awesome thing that notice that they have the same armor plate and same reactor. Alright, but in addition to that, if we look at it closely, it does feel that the Mark II armor has a little bit of a buff to it. Alright, the entire sculpt is much more further here at the front. This is because, if you actually look at it here at the side, and I think this is because of the rivets. Again, this goes, same as for the entire, arms. We will see that there's still rivets right here again, and that's basically the same thing that what happened here for the torso on the arms. And going here for the legs, again, the detail does still flow right there. If you kind of notice, it still has that rivets moving here on the thighs. And then the feet itself, for the lower part, it's basically the same, just a different color scheme. Now going here for the entire backside, guys, yan, so yung likod niya, if you actually look at it, guys, we will see that it's just the same thing, but it's not. Okay, so for the differences within this figure, guys, we will see here at the top side na right here it does have that groove to it, that curve, wherein in this figure on the Mark II armor, it does have a little bit of an edge right here on the shoulder pieces right here at the back, and there is some rivets of the detail moving. Now going to the spine, guys, for these armors, we will see that the Mark III armor has more corners within the spine, while in the Mark II armor we will see that the entire spine is much more more on a spiked feel to it, instead of a boxy type. But yeah, going down here for the legs, again at the back, there's really nothing different. Now again, for the head, guys, there is also changes here at the back. You will see here that there is sculpted versions within the Mark III, that it has 3 patterns right here, and here on the Mark II it just has 2, and it has rivets on the detail. Alright, guys, for additional info on the Mark II armor and the Mark III armor, you will notice that the shoulder pads are very different. Alright, so for the shoulder pads on the Mark II armor, it does have much more armor right here, where there's a second layer. If you kind of look at it here on the sculpt, it has a second layer, wherein the Mark III doesn't really have that second layer sculpt to it. But fun fact, within the Mark II armor, when you buy it, it comes with this plastic that has that same armor, alright, that same sculpt for the shoulder pads for the Mark III armor. Alright, so all you need to do is just open this bad boy up and then apply it to the Mark III armor. Alright, guys, so here's what it looks like when compared to it on the old one. This is the new one that it comes with, the Zadie Toys Mark II. As you can see, it does have that same scope to it. This is more on the preference side, wherein if you're bothered too much that it's the wrong shoulder pads, you will change it. But if not, you could use the regular shoulder pads that comes with the Mark III. Alright, guys, now let's go ahead and check out the Mark II armor articulation. So for the articulation, guys, you will see here for the head, it does have a bow joint, so you can move it side to side, up, down, and that's very much as how far it can go. And for the elbows, guys, for the shoulders right here, you will see that it does have a pop-up feature right there, and you can raise it up with a hinge for the entire arm. So it does have a bicep swivel and a double jointed elbow right there. For the wrist, guys, you got a bow joint right there to change accessories. For the torso, guys, it does have a pop-up feature. It does go about this much first, then you can pull it up, and then you can have much more additional range of articulation right there, wherein you can roll the entire torso. There is a gap though that will be much more visible. Going here for the entire legs, you got a drop down feature as well, same as the entire shoulders, and you can make him do the splits about that much. And very, very nice range of articulation. It does go on a bow joint, so you can move it up about that high, and then you can move it back about that much. So it does have a right here a thigh swivel, very, very nice. I love it. And it does have a double jointed knee right there. Now going here for the entire toes, for the ankles, you can ankle pivot a little, yeah, and so because it is on a bow joint, so you can move it up and down about that much. Alright guys, now for the accessories that we have here, they both have the same base, similar with the Mark III armor, you know. For more explanation about these bases, you know, you could watch the first video for the Mark III. I'm not really gonna explain on this too much right here. Alright, so they also have the same accessories for the extra hands and for the, you know, the rocket thrusters that it comes with the Mark III armor. Alright, now, you know, in applying the accessories for the Mark II armor, it's very easy and self-explanatory, guys. Again, since this is, you know, the wrist is on a ball joint, you could easily pop it up right here for the hand, yeah, and so it pops up very easy. And then you take the hand right here that you want to be replaced. So I took here personally the one that has the peg hole. Just put it back, and so you're gonna hear that, and then you could apply the hand itself. Now for the rocket thrusters, again, there's just a peg and there's a peg hole. Oops. You could actually just put it here, and so and very easy. Going here at the bottom, guys, is very much the same. You get the rocket thrusters right here, and then you just peg it over there, and so you just peg it there and here. Yeah, so that's for the feet. Alright guys, so that's my take for the Ironman Mark II armor from ZD Toy. I'm totally happy with the figure, and you know, I'm completely stoked that it's here on the market. I wish they could have added the waist articulation though, and also the chrome paint, but yeah, I'm happy with the figure, and I'm giving this figure a 4.8 out of 5 rating. And yeah, remember guys, if you're new to the channel, if you want more of this content, please do subscribe and hit that like button, and remember to hit that notification bell as well to be updated on every new video we have here on the channel. Now, remember guys, life is one big collection. Peace out.